Ladies and gentlemen, David Hasselhoff is now back signing near the photo shoot area. That's David Hasselhoff back signing near the photo shoot area. Thank you.
Don't hassle the Hoff, man. I've been waiting for him to shut up for ages. Talk about running late. What was your question again?
What did it feel like when you looked at the new scripts and read Dwarf?
Yeah, well, we filmed them in chronological order, and so the first one that arrived was Trojan. And when I read that whole moose routine, I just thought, oh, yeah. And then we filmed it live in front of the audience, and they were wetting their pants, and we all just turned around to each other and went, we're back. And it was like, and it was just all plain sailing from there, really. But it was that whole moose sequence that kind of made us realise that, yeah, you know, we're on our game here. The scripts are good. I think the cast were acting. Chris, Robert, and Danny were doing better than they've ever done, really. I mean, I think the acting, especially Chris and all of them, really, was exceptional. So I was just really happy from that moment forward. And then when Lemons came, and you're reading that, and you're thinking, no, it can't be. Oh, it is. Oh my God. I mean, Jesus. And then all of a sudden, it's not Jesus. I mean, it was, you know. So yeah, there were some great scripts in it. And I loved getting it on with 2 dispensing machines. I mean, who wouldn't? You know what I mean? I'll never look at a Krispy Kreme the same way again.
If you'd like to ask questions, please feel free to stick your hand up, and we will bring the microphone to you, and you can ask away.
Oh. No geography questions. I'm not good at geography.
Now, so as soon as you said that, this guy's hand goes up. I think it'd be a geography question.
Any more news on the Red Dwarf film? Is it going to happen, or what's going on?
I don't know. I wouldn't. We kind of want to make sitcoms again now. I mean, we spent 10 years trying to make the movie, and it just never came off. And you know, the money would arrive, and then it wouldn't arrive, and we just kept getting messed about. Especially when you're trying to do a movie of a quite curious BBC Two sitcom, and you're asking like £13.1 million to make it. We just couldn't really get the investment. So I'm just quite happy to, like, Red Dwarf's a sitcom, you know, and we do sitcoms quite well with the 4 of us, and we kind of like to make a few series of sitcom again, you know, before we even think about like making a movie, you know. And have you seen Robert without the makeup? You know, you wouldn't put it on a 50-foot screen. Have you noticed how much software Crichton's got in him now? Isn't it? And Danny's completely bald and wearing a wig. And Chris has got a hairpiece in. And I'm not even talking about my insides. So, no, I'd just like to make the sitcom for a while. We're all very keen to make more, and the network are very keen to make more, and BBC Worldwide are very keen for us to make more. So we're just sort of like trying. 6 didn't feel like long enough, you know. He wants to make more than 6. So we want to get a wiggle on with that, really, and put the film aside for a while.
And if you ever got a chance to be any of the other characters on the show, who do you think you would like to put your unique spin on?
I'd like to be Crichton, I suppose, simply because then Robert wouldn't be able to moan about wearing the mask. No, we all want to be Crichton, actually, Chris and Danny. In fact, I've got this idea for the next one, if it goes ahead, that Crichton has a dream, and Crichton's human, and the 3 of us are robots. And because we all tried on Crichton's mask, and it's very strange because we all look completely different wearing the mask. It kind of moulds itself to your facial features, so you look completely different than Crichton. So we might try and do that just so we can, you know, just to feel what it's like to be inside Robert's head for a week. Ooh. I wouldn't want to be inside the cat's head for a week.
And do you think that, what would you think was just, when you first heard that Dave were going to bring that show back, having had so many previous false starts before, what was your reaction?
Well, I just said bring it on. I mean, it was like, they came to us when it was all sort of signed, sealed and delivered. I mean, the only problem was trying to get me out of Coronation Street for a while. So, you know, the negotiations went on with them for quite a while, just to get me a break. Because like they don't normally let you do that, you know, at Granada. But like they were kind enough to sort of like, you know, give me the space to go and do it. And it turned out to be a bit longer than it was supposed to be, really, because I was supposed to be gone for 3 months, but I ended up gone for 6. But it was great, you know. So it was nice for them to do that. And then as soon as we knew it, we actually filmed it over the Christmas period. So we started in November, took 2 weeks off for Christmas. Well, they took 2 weeks off for Christmas. I went to be Steve Wright for Christmas for 2 weeks, and then came back and finished in February. So it was all quite quick once it started. It was only a 7-week shoot for 6 episodes. It was quite.
That's very cool, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. That's the way we used to do it back in the day, though. We'd rehearse like Monday to Friday, then we'd all travel down to Manchester, and then we'd film Friday night and Saturday, and then Saturday night, and that would be an episode all done in a week.
Hello. I have a question from this young man.
Who are you?
Hi, we recently had a Halloween party. We watched Ghostwatch. Do you remember making that? And do you remember what happened to Sarah Green?
I do remember making it. I think I nearly made her wet herself as well, because we hadn't told her that was going to happen when I jumped out. And yeah, that was a strange one, Ghostwatch, because I had to hide in my house for a day, well, a couple of days after it went out, because it caused such a rumpus. You know, some people got seriously upset by it and thought it was real, and I think some people attempted suicide and all that, and thought the world was going to end and stuff. And it was the first sort of attempt at something like that, really. It was kind of like, I just thought we were remaking War of the Worlds, you know, it was like a real spoof thing. The aliens had invaded, and like, you know, people believed it. And but it was really cleverly done, because it was a drama, and it was all scripted, but it was acted like it was a real sort of television show looking at the paranormal. When you get people like Michael Parkinson, who you used to take them seriously, and Mike Smith less so, and Sarah Green and stuff like that, and it kind of makes it look like it is a real TV show. And yeah, it was great fun to make. I do remember making it. Yeah, I had sideburns, isn't it? And yeah, it was good fun. I only had a small part in it, like, but the Radio Times went to town on it. There was, you know, massive spreads on it and all that. And if you read the Radio Times, you would have known it was a drama. But a lot of people obviously didn't. Thought it was a real TV show. And the TV studio was haunted, and the house was haunted, and so I had to hide away for a bit. But I enjoyed making that. I've been dead lucky that I've kind of, more by accident than design, been involved in sort of some things that are sort of quite iconic in a way, you know, like Robot Wars and Red Dwarf, and a lot of people seem to like Takeshi's Castle and stuff like that, and it's all been accidental on my behalf, you know. That, and that people forget your turkeys, you only remember the hits.
And speaking of Robot Wars, with the recent announcement of an American robot fighting show, do you think that there's a possibility we'll see more Robot Wars back in the UK?
I'd like to think so. It's just a case that Robot Wars became far too dangerous to film over here, because the robots were getting so powerful and so strong, and I mean, that Chaos 2 could flip a Mini over, you know, and robots were getting fired towards these mackerel on screens, which was supposed to be bomb-proof, and the mackerel on screens were cracking and stuff like that. Now, can you imagine a hypno-disc landing in the audience's lap, spinning around, with the arms and legs, claret everywhere, and it all came to a head when one of the robots was on the same frequency as a local taxi firm. Came alive and stuck a pickaxe through the first assistant director's Timberland boot, and it came out through his heel, and it was swinging him around. And it was like, oh, this is all going to end badly. So we got sort of closed down by health and safety, really. But yeah, I'd love to do some more. You know, I don't know if they'd ask me to present it. They'd probably get someone young and handsome. But yeah, if they wanted me to do it, I'd love to do it. But I don't know. I mean, you'd have to bring it. You couldn't bring it back on a smaller scale than it left. You'd have to bring it back on a bigger scale than it